Alright, let's just fucking do this.
Alright. Thanks for listening to our random show. You could have been doing something totally different, but you chose to give us a shot. Schmoozing with our guests and some current events. We will review film and TV, music and comedy, and everything in between. Fuck! That didn't really work out like I...
Hey.
What's up, guys?
What's going on? Welcome to the Real Idiots podcast, first edition.
All right.
Hold on, let me just tweak some of these things. Pretend like I know what I'm doing. All right. First episode, huh?
Really happy to be here, Tyler.
Yeah.
It's an honor.
It's we've tried this before. It's been a long time coming. We've had a few practice runs, but I think now we're finally ready to take it to the next level.
Yes, I do as well.
Yeah.
We got a very elaborate set.
Yep, we got a green screen, 4-channel mixer, camera, computer, all the tools you need to be successful in the podcast genre.
Yes, absolutely.
Right on. So I guess we should just start by let's just in advance. It's probably going to be a little clunky. It's our first attempt to do a real, podcast. So we're kind of just feeling our way through it. So if you guys are just patient and put in your input, tell us what you like, all that. We're going to figure it out together.
Exactly.
But anyways, I'm Tyler.
And I'm Jesse.
And we're glad to be here.
Yeah, we've been friends for a really long time.
We have.
We have a long history together. And this should be a lot of fun. Well, I don't know. Why don't you start, since you're the founder of The Real Idiots?
Yeah, sure.
This was kind of your idea to do the podcast.
Yeah, why not? I guess just to introduce ourselves, me and Jesse have been doing comedy videos for a long time. We met at a pizza restaurant years ago. I don't even know how many years,
10.
10 years, 10 years. And immediately hit it off and started doing, we both had the same passion as far as making weird, random videos, and still doing it to this day, still weird and random. The production value is up. That's probably the only difference is the production value.
Yeah. Still the same humor.
Yeah.
And we're basically going to try to take the humor from our comedy videos, put it towards podcast.
We'll
a little less structured, hopefully.
Yeah.
But
we're going to go for it.
Most of our videos are improvised.
That's true.
So
I feel confident that we can handle the conversation at this point.
Me too.
Sweet. So why don't you tell them a little... Well, I didn't really explain who I was, but that's okay. Why don't you explain who you are, what you do, your life goals, your passions?
My passions are in filmmaking and music, comedy, namely. It's really hard to put down a role. I guess I'd be a co-founder in The Real Idiots since I was here since the beginning.
Definitely.
An actor, writer, producer, director.
All-around muse. I can have done... Can't do... The Real Idiots would not be The Real Idiots without Jesse.
Thank you.
I don't think... I'm a founder. I think we're both founders because this is our baby and we just fucking love doing it.
Well, I don't even remember when we started calling it The Real Idiots. That was just kind of the name.
Yeah. I think we were like, I think it was when we had to make a YouTube channel. We're like, we need a fucking name now. So
yeah, exactly.
The Real, REEL. Make sure you check us out. That's why we're here. We got hundreds of ridiculous, outlandish comedy videos for your viewing pleasure.
A little something for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Maybe not for grandma. But anyways, yeah. What can the audience expect from this show? What do you think? I know what I hope to provide for these beautiful...
Well, I hope it's like a variety of sorts. As The Real Idiots, we've always liked prank phone calls, and we never had a real medium to put them out there on YouTube. So I think this would be a great way to do our prank phone calls, which is basically improvisation acting.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just want a variety of sorts. I hope you can look for. Yeah.
Yeah, so we definitely are film buffs and comedy buffs, so we'll talk a lot about that. No fucking politics. Absolutely not.
Well, we're not political either of us.
I know nothing about it, so.
Yeah.
None of
take
that
some
bullshit.
Yeah, and this is the first episode, so it's just me and him kind of laying out the groundwork. But the idea is to have a guest sitting right here, right in the middle of us each week, local artists, someone that we believe is creative and passionate about art and creativity. I said creative and creativity in the same sentences. So we definitely want to do interviews, take some calls, maybe some narrative, just audio sketches.
Yeah.
Stories.
Absolutely. It's also a video podcast.
That's true.
So
you can go on our YouTube page and check it out.
Yeah.
And, hopefully we'll be doing this live coming in the future.
Exactly.
I just wanted to get the ball rolling. Didn't want to...
As for right now, we're coming to you re-recorded.
Bitches. Oh, yeah.
Which is a little more magic than live.
True.
Yeah. I don't see the big deal about being
except
live.
Except you're in the hot seat. I don't know. We'll see. Once we get to that bridge, we'll see how easy it is.
Yeah.
So what's been going on with you lately, man? What have you been up to?
Just busy. I'm in school. I'm in film school.
Hell yeah! Finally.
And it's just I'm coming to the end of my first term in school, and it's getting crazy. Just a lot of homework. I'm doing my final project in film appreciation class on Kevin Smith.
Nice.
So I've been watching a lot of Kevin Smith movies. So it's kind of cool because that's just like my homework.
Yeah.
It's to like take notes on Mallrats and stuff like that. So it's been awesome.
Jesse's going to film school. I thought he should always have done that just because he's amazing when it comes to that. And I went to film school back in the day, and shit, pretty much every homework assignment I did was featuring Jesse.
Yeah.
And what a small world. My ex-film professor is teaching Jesse at a completely different school.
Yeah, and it's awesome. His name is Taz.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's a great dude.
Didn't always agree with my sensibilities when it came to humor.
Yeah, I talked to him. He said you're a very creative person. He just said he didn't know why you were... I don't think it was aimed towards him, but he said you were always trying to shock him. But I think that's just the style of, comedy that you wanted to do.
Yeah, maybe he was shocked, but it wasn't for him. It definitely wasn't for him. But, it was a good learning experience. He's a really good teacher, especially when it comes to like the theory of film and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I have no problems with him. I think he's great. I'm excited
under the weather.
Hopefully have him. I think I'm going to have him for some other classes as well.
Right on.
Because the people in my class have him in other film classes already.
So what do you like I had the pleasure of taking multiple film classes right off the beginning because that's the way my film school worked. I took like one general education class and then multiple in my major. But, for you, you're only taking one class in film, but what do you like most about it so far?
Well, just being around it is just amazing because it's just what I want to do. Like going to school for it it doesn't feel like school because I'll go home and read stuff on my own that's not for school. That's just about film because the time you put in to studying stuff. It's just great. I'm in a film appreciation class. I just wrote a paper on film noir. Like really feel like I understand it. So it's just nice to I've always loved movies, but now to understand them and what goes into making movies, what makes a good movie. That's probably my favorite part.
You'll never watch another film the same.
No, definitely not.
And sometimes your friends will hate watching films with you because you start breaking down shots.
But I don't have any friends.
That's true. No. That's true. Just me.
What's up with you, man? You just got back from Kentucky, right?
Yep, Bowling Green. I'm out there. I've been working a lot in reality TV lately. Never thought I'd say that, but it pays well. It pays good, and the work is constant, and the schedules are good because I can go for 4 days, make a bunch of cash,
and then take time off.
Take time off to do stupid shit like this. But I was out there camera operating on a little show called Street Outlaws. Well, a spin-off of Street Outlaws, but the same company for Discovery Channel, and shooting in 30-degree weather, which was challenge in itself. Jesus, I was wearing gloves and my feet were icicles, but you do a couple days of work and come home and that's it.
Was it snowing?
It could have snowed, it just didn't rain. It was 33 degrees, and it felt like it was, with the wind chill, it felt like 25. It's fucking cold.
Yeah.
Or Florida, and that's why I'm like hacking up a fucking lung right now. I got a hot tea and cough drop, so bear with me. Whoa, what was that noise?
That was my throat.
Oh my god.
Right when you were talking about that.
Yeah. What have we, let's tell the audience what we as the real idiots, the creators, have been creating. What do we have coming up? What are we working on?
A bunch of stuff. It's kind of cool because we're at like a weird point of doing stuff, which I think is a good thing. Is we have a lot of content that should be coming out shortly. It's just we're working on multiple projects at once. Instead of like, sometimes we'll just work on one and then complete that and then on to the next one. But we have like 3 or so videos in the works.
If you include the cartoons that are on a hiatus right now, probably like 5 or 6 really. Well, no, like 4 or 5. But still, a lot of shit. A lot of shit in the pipeline.
We have yeah. It's going to be amazing.
The one I'm most looking forward to is the CD compilation box set, like the Lifetime shit, like infomercial style.
Yes.
I can't wait for that. What we're doing is we already started. We wrote like 9 or 10 songs so far, just ridiculous, nonsensical, funny, weird songs, and it's going to give us an excuse to shoot some weird music videos to attach. You know what I'm talking about? The old Lifetime box CD sets with the scrolling songs, the best of, and we'll have testimonials and all that, and get a bunch of friends and actors involved.
We did something similar with late night talk show we had going on
Up with Louis at night.
Yeah, which we should work on the new season soon.
Fucking A, yeah. Wow,
it's good to be busy.
Yeah.
So like, I think it'll just be fun to expand on that idea.
Yeah. Classics. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm not sure what episode number it is, but Jesse hosts a public access style late night talk show, and complete with our own made up commercials and between commercial breaks and all that. And one of the sketches we did was in that same vein.
Rock hit, power surge.
Yeah, because it's like a combination of like talk show and sketch show.
Exactly.
Which is so much fun. The way that show's like the funnest to shoot. That's why I want to do the next season. Is we basically just do it, all the performances, all the songs, all the writing in one night, and then the editing is what takes us about
the longest.
Yeah.
You're telling me, man.
But yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, that show's a lot of fun. I love laughing at Jesse. He's fucking, I always say he's 10 steps ahead of everybody as far as comedic timing and improv.
Well, I just feel like we were getting so good towards the end. Like the last one we shot was awesome.
Yeah.
If you watch them in order, you can see how much better we got at it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was on the first episode drunk.
Oh, excellent. Well, it says here that we have to cut to commercial break, but will you guys stick around?
No, actually, if you don't mind, I actually have a wee. Is the bathroom over there? I'm gonna have a wee. Maybe a little bit of shit might come out. I can't promise you anything with the meth, you know, all the meth and all that.
The stars.
I don't think this is in a homosexual manner. I think she has to shit and piss at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, that's okay if you have to. Alright. Do you know any jokes or anything?
We've got one.
Okay.
Hold on. This is a character I've been playing.
Oh, excellent.
Is it right there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm the fat.
This is some great stuff.
Yeah.
I love it.
That was crazy. That was like, we actually did it though.
Yeah. Really drunk.
You guys should check those out. Go to our channel. There'll be a whole playlist. of Up Early at Night. All it takes for you guys to do is just subscribe. It takes a second to hit the button. We're doing this for you.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah. So what do you say we go to the news,
Let's
man?
do it.
Can't speak English. That's good for a podcaster. We plan on doing 3 news stories. 3 news stories every episode, hopefully. So if you got a weird news story, send it to us and we'll talk about it.
Absolutely.
First one. Did you hear about this?
What is it?
All right. Hockey coach gives kids outrageously obscene pep talk and gets canned. So it says here, this is brought to you by the Huffington Post. Got to give credit where credit's due, I'm assuming. He wanted the kids fired up, and now he's fired. An unnamed youth hockey coach was dismissed Friday after his unhinged pep talk emerged on social media, according to multiple news outlets. And we actually have a clip of the audio, so why don't you guys take a listen?
And you're gonna beat up Green Mountain! I wanna see you sticking your hands up these guys' asses and working them like a fucking puppet! I want you controlling these motherfuckers like they ain't been controlled in their life! Because you know what I'm gonna do out there? I'm gonna watch the warm-up. It's gonna be a good warm-up. A lot of fucking jam. And then you're gonna beat up Green Mountain! God damn it, I have no idea where I'm heading with this. But I want to see you beat up Green Mountain! Fuck Green Mountain! Fuck their coaches! Fuck their wives! Fuck their friends! I don't care about none of them. We're gonna beat them up so bad. They are gonna be wishing they never came to Breckenridge. Let's go!
Yeah.
Wow, how old are those kids that he's yelling at?
They've got to be like 12 years old.
Man.
Right?
Fuck their wives? What are their wives?
And this is the assistant coach. I wonder what the fuck was the head coach doing? And I don't know if you could hear, but the kids were like, "Hey, coach, calm down.
Calm down, yeah.
They could hear us, like, from the other...
Yeah.
This is Breckenridge, Colorado.
Wow, you think they'd be all chill with all the fucking medical marijuana out there?
What? This guy's talking about, I want to see you sticking your hands up these guys' asses and working them like a puppet.
Yeah.
Nice. Real nice. He's got to be that guy who was like, picked last in phys ed growing up.
Yeah.
This is my time. I'm going to teach these kids.
Oh my god.
What are you fucking teaching them?
He did end up getting fired for that?
Yeah, so he got fired, and apparently the youth league was informed of the coach's speech through a complaint from U.S. Hockey, the Denver Post reported. This is what they said. This unfortunate event is not representation of our association, and out of respect for the families and the sport, we are diligently working to correct the situation. League president George whatever said in a statement. So, and the coach issued an apology to both teams, according to the station. Okay.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Well, hockey's an intense sport.
Yeah.
How are you gonna have time to get your hand up the other kid's
It's
ass?
true. It's not.
There's no time.
Right to the penalty box.
That would have been awesome if one of the kids took his advice literally.
Seriously, right? Have you ever had a coach that intense or
Well,
phys ed teacher?
The sports that I did play hockey for like a short period of time, and they weren't intense, but I had a taekwondo instructor who was fucking horrible. And like I was 12 when I was taking taekwondo with him, and after a certain amount of time, he never even gave us our test for our yellow belt, which is the step up from white belt.
Right.
He was horrible, and he was just like almost like a military instructor. But the best story is there was a woman in my class that he was dating. Apparently, my dad still tells this story, and she was testing for, I think, her like purple belt, which is up there,
right,
close to like black belt. And the next time she was in class, she had a huge black eye, and like you have to spar him to get to the next level. And this is like his girlfriend. He kneed her right in the eye.
Wow.
Yeah, she had a huge black eye.
I can't stand those competitive, over the top competitive assholes. Like
Yeah.
I'm competitive. I'm pretty athletic. I've played sports. I still play adult softball, which takes a lot of athleticism, let me tell you. But I actually had to kick out 2 people from our team because those were that type of people just can't handle losing and can't have fun playing a fucking silly sport, you know?
Yeah.
And wow.
But I mean, you played sports like growing up. Did any of your coaches talk to you like that?
I mean, my high school football coach at St. Thomas, coaches were pretty in your face. It's the top school in Florida, so I understand discipline and all that, and that school was all discipline, so it wasn't anything crazy like that. But I did have my high school football coach marry my mom.
Oh, that's right.
So
I totally
there's
forgot
that.
about that. I always forget about that.
I know. Yeah, I came home one day and my high school football coach was on my couch. So you can imagine my surprise.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And that was after you were on the team, or like while you were on the team?
This was after high school.
Yeah.
This is a few years after high school, and it was super fucking weird and awkward.
Did you tell your mom that you were pissed off about it?
I don't remember what I said. I'm sure I said something like, "What the fuck?"
I had so many step parents and everything. I would never be able to say like. I think I told my dad I had a problem with one of my stepmoms.
Oh, I've had problems. Like, definitely had problems with, my parents were divorced early on, and
Yeah,
so we both went through the phase of getting new girlfriends and boyfriends in the house or whatever, and I have a few horror stories for sure. One of them, my dad's ex-fiance pulled out a fucking gun on me, and I came home from, long story short, me and her son fighting. I threw her son on her fucking Corvette. He was older than me and was always trying to like fuck with me and choke me one day, and I threw him on her baby, her Corvette, and a bunch of things led up. I had a pound of weed I cut a hole in my mattress and had a pound of weed in the mattress, was selling weed out of the house and all kinds of ridiculous, immature bullshit. And she had enough, so she threw all my fucking clothes on the front lawn, and I came home from high school, and I opened the door, like, what the fuck? And she pulled out a revolver on me.
Jesus
Chased
Christ.
me down the street, and my dad broke up with her, thankfully. Because who does that?
I'd say that's a good reason.
Yeah, there's a few. My mom had a psychopath gymnastics teacher who wore, like, coochie cutters and jerry curl and fucking was the lead singer of this fucking Beatles tribute band, Douche Frank.
Was that the name of the band?
Douche Frank was the name of the band, yeah. That's a British term. Yeah, he caught me and my buddy. We went roller skating one day, and rollerblading, and my buddy borrowed his rollerblades, and he fucking had a shit fit, dude. He caught us, and he threw the fucking roller skates into the dryer, broke the fucking dryer. I caught him. Well, I fucking jumped on him. He punched my brother in the face, shit like that. So,
Jesus.
Shout out to Frank, you. Yeah. So next story, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Do you wanna lead this one?
Yeah, why not?
No one's a host on this. Just because I have a bigger chair doesn't mean I'm leading the way. This is a fucking combo effort here.
I want that chair next week.
You got it.
All right, so this one looks like it's by the Mirror. Is that the paper that put the story out?
Yeah, the Mirror over in the UK.
Okay, so this is a really crazy story. This happened in Germany. A fitness fanatic gets his penis stuck in a weight and has to have it removed in a hospital. So he gets it stuck in the middle, the hole. I don't lift too many weights, surprisingly.
Right.
But I don't know what that's called.
You don't look like it.
So
what's getting your dick stuck in a
No.
weight? That's called CrossFit, right?
Okay, so a fitness fanatic got his penis trapped in a hole of a weight and had to go to a hospital to get it removed. And photos emerged online of the weightlifter's purple and swollen manhood stuck in the heavy circular dumbbell.
Nice.
The unnamed gym fan shocked medics when he arrived at a hospital in Worms, Germany. with an unusual fitness injury. Doctors were forced to call the fire brigade, who reportedly spent hours using specialist equipment to free him. And there's pictures of this stuff.
Yeah, we'll put it right there in the middle of us. Well, his dick will be pointing towards Jesse.
His manhood's blurred out in this picture, but this guy's like, other than being physically fit, he's very well groomed. The manscaping on this guy is just...
I wonder if I focused that camera. Probably not. Oops. Yeah, so what else?
Well, how turned on can you be by a weight? Or is this happened in the gym?
I guess. It says there's more. It says a man's genitals were believed to be taken. Oh, so the picture leaked because sorry, let me backtrack. Another image shows the smashed 2.5 kilogram, who knows how much that weighs, weight after firefighters use a grinder and vibrating saw to remove it.
Jesus.
Do you think he was fucking fully aroused? He had to be aroused to stick it in. He was trying to show off to his buddies, I'm assuming.
Unless you get it stuck in. And I got a really fat cock.
You do?
Yeah, and it's not getting stuck in no weights. I'm telling you that. If I put it in, I'd be easily flaccid it out of there. If you're flaccid, I mean, how fucking thick can you be?
No way.
When you're you're flaccid.
I don't know. I could probably, if my dick was hard, I don't know how much 2.5 kilograms is, but I can probably hold up a weight just because my dick has a upward curve.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of like putting your keys on the key holder when you leave.
That might be convenient.
It is. It does all the right things. So yeah, the photo came out apparently because there was a data leak at the hospital.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's got to be a fucking against the HIPAA laws there.
Oh my
so
god!
They launched an investigation breach. Firefighters, man, wow, that. Can you imagine being a firefighter and have to vibrate a weight off somebody's cock?
This leads to a new definition of fire pole. They're used to working with those kind of things, so yeah, there you
go. Hook and ladder. Oh my god! So, have you ever injured yourself working out?
No.
Dick-wise?
No, I don't work out. I've never had a... No, I have, but I mean...
Because it was required in high school.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've tried to, like, do stuff. I never stick with it in my adult life.
I don't work out either.
Yeah. I have a really hard time with that, getting that. But I've never... Other than getting it stuck in a zipper...
Oh, I've done that.
Yeah.
At Subway.
Plenty of time. At Subway?
Yeah. I zipped the underneath skin of my dick into, I remember, my camo pants. How could I forget? And was in the bathroom for an extended period of time until Ajay knocked on the door and I said, I got my dick caught in the zipper. And so I just put my shirt over my dick because it was small enough then to do that and walked out, and his mom helped me excavate.
Damn.
Yeah.
That must have been kind of cool, though, that part.
Oh, yeah. Having a grown woman. No, not at all. I love you, AJ. Not at
all. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. No, like, just getting my dick stuck in the zippers, like, the extent. I don't think I've ever hurt myself lifting weights. You see, like, videos of that kind of shit all the time, like people having weights falling on them. And,
right. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
But putting your dick into it...
Maxing out.
Oh my god.
No. So on to the next one. This one's a little more serious. We like to do funny videos, or funny news stories, but this one I think could have some talking points here.
Absolutely.
So women are much less. Excuse me, that's a big mistake. Women are much less likely to receive CPR than men for a very worrying reason. This is brought to us by The Mirror. Shouts out to The Mirror, having crazy fucking stories. For a very worrying reason. A recent study into gender differences in receiving heart help made... Fuck, man. I'm supposed to be a fucking podcast guy. I can't even speak English. All right, let's do that again. A recent study into gender differences in receiving heart help made a worrying discovery. Tell me more. Men are 23% more likely to survive cardiac arrest suffered in a public place than their female counterparts. The reason for this discrepancy is nothing to do with lifestyle, weight, or general health. Instead, it indicates a difference in bystanders' willingness to administer CPR to a man compared to their willingness to assist to a woman.
Yeah.
Recent research that's a tongue twister. Recent research revealed how 45% of men had CPR administered after a heart attack in public, yet only 39% of women received the same help. And it may be because people are reluctant to touch a woman's chest. Shall I go on, or should we just start talking about it?
The men who are performing CPR are reluctant to touch the woman's chest.
Right.
So what? But this shouldn't matter in a case of.
I think, you know what, with all this shit coming out and social media about, being touched.
Well, this
has got to scare the shit out of
dudes.
Of dudes, yeah.
I mean, I have my own opinion on this kind of stuff, and it's like probably very unpopular, but yeah. I guess I think we need to reevaluate what constitutes as sexual harassment.
Yes.
I know some girls who will think, and I'm not saying that it's right, but catcalling is sexual harassment, and boys will
animals.
Be boys. Yeah, boys will be boys, and I'm not a catcaller or anything, but I don't think it's sexual harassment, and they're not a predator, and you're not a victim.
Right. I think a lot of these stories coming out, it's like, are you a victim or are you a willing participant, especially in the entertainment industry, to get a role? It's like you fucking made that choice. You made that decision. Now you have to live with it. And now that it's fucking convenient for you to come out and say something, it's like, yes, that fucking person is a scumbag, psychopath, and don't get me fucking started. We shouldn't go there with Louis C.K. and Weinstein.
Well, it's just like a new person every single day, almost
because it's convenient.
Today it was Al Franken, and this story with Al Franken.
I didn't hear this.
You didn't hear this? It's all over the fucking internet, and it's actually kind of funny. Well,
was it a sleeping?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this chick is sleeping, and he took a picture of himself touching her tits and smiling to the camera. But my fucking argument is she was wearing a bulletproof vest. Mm-hmm. Those things stop bullets.
I mean, there's no privacy, but what happened to having a little childish fun? We all fucking do that. Maybe we don't do that and get caught, but we all fucking have that locker room, not to quote Trump, but we all have,
locker room mentality.
Yeah.
Well, the woman herself was like a comedian.
Oh, okay. So but maybe she was in on this shit.
Just, you never know, because this incident happened in 2006. Mm-hmm. And she said she noticed the picture on a CD they had of pictures. This was like a USO trip for comedians to go to like Iraq or entertain the
USO
troops.
Tour.
Yeah, and it's just like, why now? Why? Because it's convenient. Like, if you had such a problem with it, I'm not saying his actions are right or anything, but why now speak up against it? And then I feel like there could possibly be women who had something kind of happen to them. They're like, is this sexual harassment? Like, do I need to
I'm not sure, because everything is sexual harassment.
Now, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if you're in a certain place in a certain time and, your surroundings motivate you, to take a stupid fucking pictures where you're pretending to grab tits, it's like we were all having a great time, and even that person thought it was silly. Like, it was silly at the time. But when it's just like, here it is with no fucking context, yeah, that's going to look bad, I guess. And the only reason it looks bad is because of the state of what we are in now. I don't know. I'm not saying at all, and neither is he, saying that what the fuck they did was right or wrong. But it's just like, we all want to have childish fun and do stupid things because we're fucking stupid. I mean, what are we doing right now? We're doing a podcast because we want to have fun and be children. And comedy is just, you get to be a child once, but if you do comedy, you can be a child forever. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I don't know. But fucking people are dying, folks.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know the whole context of the situation, but almost like everybody. I was listening to some interview, and I don't remember the actor's name. I think his name's Jeff Tremaine. Mm-hmm. But they were mentioning him, so I wanted to look up to see who that was. And it's the guy from Arrested Development, the older actor who was on the Gary Shandling show, or Larry Sanders back in the day. And I just went to his Wikipedia page to see who it was, and it's him. And I was like, oh, I love this guy. And then how they have the sections like personal life, early career, blah 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 blah.
Right.
It said sexual assault allegations, and it's just with everybody.
Everybody.
And I'm not saying that it's just crazy. It's just crazy thing right now, and it's like a new person every single day.
You know, I also think it's a big fucking distraction to what's really going on. And
Yeah.
you know, the whole fucking, I think this whole thing is like pitting us against, and we're all fighting each other and complaining about each other, and it's distracting us from the real bullshit. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all.
Yeah.
But you know, it's like, okay, so all this really, really fucked up shit that can ruin everyone's lives is happening, and we're more concerned about a fucking titty honk. But here's the fucked up thing about this story, going back to it, is like, the reason why they're not doing it, would-be rescuers also may worry about adjusting a woman's clothing or touching breasts to do CPR.
But that's what the situation calls for.
Right.
So
Every situation calls for that.
you obviously can't believe everything you hear or see on the internet, and then things there has to be a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon, which is sad. It's a sick thing to jump on the bandwagon about.
Trending.
Yeah.
People
it's gross.
trend everything, bro. It's fucked up.
But this doesn't even only happen with celebrities, but it does seem to a lot. I don't know if it's like a power thing. I don't have a power struggle in my head, but like the whole thing with Louis C.K. definitely seemed like a power situation. Because like, why would you? Why would you have to like jerk off in front of?
That should be a very depressing, solemn, solitary moment. If I got, like, I would never jerk off. Like, I might rub on my dick to get ready for, like, the real action in front of my girl. But fucking A, like, when I jerk off, it's, like, in this, like, damp fucking bathroom that nobody knows about.
You spend your whole life trying not to get caught jerking off.
Right.
Also, you could pay, like, a hooker.
Maybe it's better jerking off and getting caught. Or being watched.
It's not. I don't think I've never been caught.
I've been caught.
But I've been close.
It was a slow catch. It was like a slow burn catch. My mom caught me, but not like in the act.
Classic.
Yeah. Not in the act. I mean, I found out that she knew that I was jerking off because my adolescent, horny, fucking going through puberty mind thought, you know, well, so let's break it down. This is a fucking weird story, but one of my mom's ex-boyfriends back in the day gave me a stack of Playboys to, you know, put out his olive branch. And so I used the shit out of them. He gave them to me in a suitcase. So I would go to the bathroom with my suitcase because it was fucking business time, okay? And I would fucking hump the shit out of my pillow because I thought that's what, you know, jerking off was at the time. Full disclosure. And my mom saw me do this several times, and she's like, she has no idea what I'm doing. But how stupid was I? I was going to the fucking bathroom with a briefcase. Like, what was I going to a fucking meeting? Anyways, I, you know, blocked that out of my memory and moved on to bigger and better things like video porn. And my mom always knew about it, never said anything until I was 18 at my 18th birthday party. She pulled me aside and she was a little tipsy and she's like, did you not know that I knew what the fuck you were doing with that briefcase full of porn? I was like mortified. I was like, oh my god, because like, dude, I was going to work every day basically. It's like, Jesus, she knew I mean, that's a good mom. She knew I was like handling business, but never once called me out. I mean, I don't know if I could call out my son doing that. That would be fucking awkward, but.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably even more awkward. Like, I don't know if my parents, well, no, they couldn't have known because I started taking a lot more showers.
They know.
Yeah. Well, no, because like I was asking, I was talking about this with my brother, and he said, like, my dad, because I was, like, a smelly kid or whatever, he's like, Jesse's taking so many showers. He's getting his shit together. I was just jacking off. I would just do it in the toilet and leave the shower running so no one would hear it.
Right.
It would sound kind of like...
But they definitely could smell it.
Afterwards? I was sick.
Smell of sex.
I used to jerk off so much when I was, like, 13, and, like, my, I was sick from school, and I was also, like, burning stuff because I was 13 years old. And my stepmom came home yelling that it smelled like matches, and then my dad called me to be like, "Are you playing with matches?" Blah 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 blah. They thought I was smoking some weed.
Fuck. Sorry.
And it's okay. My dad asked me what I was doing in the bathroom, and I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You were in the bathroom constantly." I was 13. I was going for the world record.
IBS, folks. He had irritable bowel syndrome or irritable boner strokeage. Fucking.
That was more like it.
But anyways, to end this fucking story, the point is, it's not the fucking time to be squeamish, folks. People's lives are at risk. It's a life and death situation. If a female's having a heart attack, pump that girl's chest.
When did touching tits become such a squeamish
It's a stigma.
activity?
It's a stigma. I thought that was like the goal in life. All right, so Thanksgiving's here. Holidays are here.
So fun.
So fun. What do you love most about Thanksgiving?
Stuffing.
Fuck yeah, dude. Me and the step sibling always fight over the stuffing.
That's the best part.
It is. And do you get the box shit, the Stouffer shit?
No, my
The real deal.
Yeah.
Real celery, all that shit.
Yeah, my stepmom knows that's my favorite part. She makes it really fucking good too.
It's disgusting to think about that it was in the orifice of the turkey, but goddamn.
Well,
no, we do it the old-fashioned way. I think. I don't know. I like to imagine.
I forget why that's like unsanitary.
Salmonella.
Yeah. You guys stuff it in and then
Which
take it
it's
out?
like bread, so it's like taking a sponge to salmonella and then like squeezing it in your mouth.
Yeah, we just make it in a pan.
Ugh, pans are for pussies.
Well, you're gonna be here for Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah. The shitty thing is, my girl has to go to her Thanksgiving and I got to go to my Thanksgiving. But you know what? She ends up coming to my mom's house after, so it works out.
Oh, you don't go together?
We do not go together.
Oh man.
Which sucks because she's like my sounding board and I'm like awkward with my mom. Oh, we got a call.
We got a phone call.
We're taking calls now.
Excellent.
Here we go. Hey, what's up? You're on the Real Idiots podcast. Hey. Who's this?
How are you?
I think I know who this is.
How are you?
Great. How are you?
Good. I have a question for you.
What's up, man?
Is it true that Leonard Skinner, after they wrecked their airplane, got eaten by alligators?
Well, yes.
Yeah. You didn't see the fucking Rolling Stones article, dude?
No, I don't read that liberal garbage. I'm just asking you a question.
Hey, that magazine was about culture and a time and a generation, man.
Leonard
Yeah,
Skinner.
the me generation, right?
Yeah.
Leonard Skinner gave Elton John a run for his money with the Crocodile Rock.
You goddamn right.
Mr. Saturday Night Special or Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting? What you got?
Are you talking about Billy Crystal?
No. Mr. Saturday Night Special. That's the song that Leonard Skinner wrote about David Berkowitz.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, Mr. Saturday Night Special.
I don't like where this is going.
Yeah, me neither.
We were talking about fucking Thanksgiving until you had to ruin it. You wouldn't know that.
Hey, what do you expect from some fucking crazy person that lives in New Mexico?
I knew it.
It's true. What's up, man?
What's up, Aaron? You're the
How
first
are
caller
you?
to our
First
podcast.
fucking caller.
Of course.
Good. I'm sorry. I sleazed everything up with death and fucking gore. I apologize.
I love it,
We
dude.
fucking love that. Go ahead. Give
well,
your
it's on hiatus
shameless
right
plug
now.
right now.
Well, the Android virus and Shancho is on an indefinite hiatus right now. I think we'll be back, but I don't know when we will be back.
Oh, shit.
However,
What's up with that?
just life gets in the way for some people.
Yeah.
But you can still listen to me on the Cemetery Gates podcast. where
Highly recommended.
Yes, where Mr. Xander Kane and I watch the worst of the worst, so you don't have to.
That's awesome.
I did tune in to the 31 Days of Halloween while I was taking a shower and touching myself. and I learned
There you
some interesting titles that I should definitely check out. Some really old titles. I think you guys started like kind of chronologically. Am I right about that?
We did. We the third, to get everybody a little bit of background, 31 Days of Halloween is a challenge that a lot of people do for Halloween, where they watch one horror movie a day for Halloween. And what Mr. Xander Kane and I do is we take it up a notch and we decide to find horror movies that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
Which is hard to do for this guy.
Yeah. But there's some that really have flown under the radar, like the Blob from the 1950s I'd never seen, different things like that.
Aaron, I got a question. Would you consider just Halloween or scary themed movies a part of that challenge, like Monster Squad or like the Scary Movie series? Like the movie's called Scary Movie. Like, does it specifically have to be a horror movie, or could it be like something that's like in the realm of horror?
Gore.
Like, would you consider?
It could be in the realm of horror.
Would you consider Monster Squad a horror movie? Not really, right?
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
I've yet to see that one.
I took the kids to go see Monster Squad last Halloween. They had it here on the big screen.
That's so awesome. That's a great movie.
It was great. Wolfman has nards.
Nice.
But yeah. Anyways, we started from the night. I tried to find like silent horror movies I'd never seen, and from like the 1920s, and then just 30s, 40s, 50s, and went all the way up through the 70s and 80s, and then we decided to watch a 2017 horror movie we'd never seen. So there you go.
Nice. Cool. Which one was that?
Well, I watched 4 2017 horror movies, and I would say the best of the best out of the new movies that came out in 2017 horror was The Cult of Chucky.
Really?
The new Child's Play is excellent.
Nice.
Gotta check
the
that
last.
out.
What's the last horror film I saw, which is not new? I saw Babadook. I guess it's more of a psychological thriller, I guess. But what's the last horror film you saw, Jesse?
I saw Jigsaw on fucking Halloween. It was horrible.
What about you, Aaron?
I saw the most blasphemous, satanic horror movie I've ever seen in my life. Was the last horror movie I ever saw, called Alucard.
Tell us more.
It's a 1977 Mexican horror film, but don't worry, you don't have to read. They dubbed it in English, and it's about 2 orphans that move into a convent in Mexico, and they play in the woods, and they get lured away by some gypsies that teach them the ways of Satan, and then they go back to the convent, and they decide to give their lives to Satan with a little bloodletting, and there's lots of furry bush in it, which is I love, and there's a lot of frontal nudity, and it's completely sacrilegious and amazing.
That's awesome.
Nice, yeah, that works out because we were talking about Thanksgiving, which is all about Satan. So, like, what's your favorite part about Thanksgiving, man? Or worst part about Thanksgiving, maybe?
Eat the food. I don't like being stuffed.
Oh,
right.
Could have fooled me.
I don't like over. That's. I like being split roasted.
Yeah.
Straight ass to mouth, bro.
ATM baby all day.
Yeah. That's how me and my girlfriend sleep, ass to mouth. Is that possible?
Yeah.
Is it?
Me and my wife sleep ass to ass.
Oof. That's hot. There's got to be a lot of fucking body heat thrown around right there.
Especially when we're both farting. I like Thanksgiving all right. What I do like about Thanksgiving is watching my traditional horror movies. That's about it.
That's awesome.
There are Thanksgiving themed horror movies out there.
My God, this guy is dedicated. Name a Thanksgiving horror film for everybody. The best one you know.
Nightmare in Shadow Woods, a.k.a. Blood Rage.
What the fuck?
What?
I don't know. Just like, how does that? It just doesn't make sense for Thanksgiving. Maybe Black Friday.
Well, basically what it is Terry and Tom are twins, and their mom's getting felt up in the drive-in movie theater in the front seat, and her mom's boyfriend and him think that they're sleeping, and they wake up, or they sneak out the back seat of the car, and one of the twins is psychotic. You know, they're like 12-year-olds, and they find these two people getting it on in the drive-in movie theater, and one of the kids finds a hatchet and hits the dude upside the head, and then frames his twin brother, and then his twin brother escapes the mental institution on Thanksgiving.
I thought that was the plot of... Go ahead.
But the theme, the tagline of the movie is, "That's not cranberry sauce."
Oh, fuck cranberry sauce. That is the worst. If you eat fucking cranberry sauce, you're fucking a piece of shit.
This sounds a lot like the plot to that movie Bicentennial Man.
That's exactly what I was going to say, where he grabs that, like, driftwood and shit, and it is Thanksgiving, and that whole movie is about Thanksgiving, actually, right?
What's your favorite food on Thanksgiving, Jesse?
Stuffing.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah, you just called in. I like to be stuffed, dude. Double stuffed.
Well, you know what they say. As long as it's not past the first knuckle, you're not gay.
That's true. The third knuckle is okay, actually, though. Once you get past the middle knuckle.
What do you make for Thanksgiving? Tacos?
No.
Meth.
Enchiladas.
Fucking
enchiladas?
Meth, dude. He's from New Mexico.
God, meth and heroin is so bad here.
Is it? I know meth's bad.
I thought it was good there.
I make stuffing, green chili stuffing, and just turkey, just the normal shit that everybody else does, pretty much.
That's awesome.
Except for a lot of chili here. We eat a lot of chili with our food, like red chili and green chili and stuff like that. So,
dude, red chili forever. My brother only likes making green chili.
Yeah?
Well, I'm not down with it.
The only thing I hate about Thanksgiving is, like, giving the impression that I give a fuck about, like what people have to say at the dinner table, like, conversationally. I'm not good at that. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the human voice or whatever. So, like, it's just fucking... And my mom invites everybody that I've never met. And she's like, Tyler, why don't you... No, I will not.
I don't understand the point of that.
The point is... What do you mean? The point of
inviting so many people?
Because my mom's follows in my grandma's footsteps, which sainthood, I guess. Fucking invite everybody on the block and have to sit there awkwardly with them, which is great.
Yeah, that's when you just load a big plate of food up and you just fall down.
Yeah, I don't get stoned anymore, but I remember being so...
Why?
I get fucking paranoid, dude. I get super paranoid, and I'm just, like, concentrating on breathing, but that's not working.
Just drink a glass of water and take a walk. You know.
I don't know what it is. It's like I'm not gonna get arrested for being high, but I feel like I will.
It could be the Strand.
Maybe.
But you're a grown adult. You can smoke all the weed you want.
I know, and I was, like, the biggest stoner growing up, and then now, like, let me tell you a story. The last time I got super high, because, like, I smoke at the crib, because, like, I feel safe and shit, but the last time I got, like, really high in public was, like, 4 months ago, and I was working on this show for and my job was doing, like, the media managing, like, taking all the footage, backing it up on hard drives, and then mailing it out to LA. And it was so simple until I went on my way to mail it out. My buddy was like, come over, and I smoked this shit called Moon Rock. And it's basically...
Oh, yeah.
You've heard of that? The Moon Rocks?
Well, fucking A, I didn't hear of it until I smoked a fucking bong rip of it. And it's, for the audience, it's like,
yeah, a bong.
Fucking OG Kush mixed in hash and baked in Kemp and fucking
Kemp
branched in fucking whatever. So it's like just mad fucking crazy, and like one little nug costs $25 type shit. So
it's like a nug rolled in hash oil, and then they roll it again in keef.
Yeah.
And then they let it dry, and then you like It looks like a moon rock.
Did you have an enjoyable experience on that, Aaron?
Because I fucking didn't.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. You know, I just went for a walk, hung out with my dogs, you know, and just started thinking about the universe and hoping if I die, I'll be on a planet like, you know, Flash Gordon, you know, stuff like that.
That sounds fun. I get scared of shit like that too. Like I just like straight up weed.
I don't know. I can barely smoke straight up weed, and I did this shit, and I fucking lost my mind, dude.
Can I'm sure I could say this on the show because it's not illegal, especially where I live. And I'm sure maybe one or two of your friends, Jesse, might have told you when they came and visited me last summer.
Yeah, you're fine, man.
Okay, yeah, like so I have my license to grow. It's legal, and I grew 16 plants last summer, and it's hard being a farmer. Like, I don't know how, like, people do it with, like, hundreds of plants. Like, I don't get it. Like, I mean, I get it, but, like, just adding that onto what I did, you know, I just couldn't contemplate it because it was just so much work.
Yeah, keeping up with each plant and everything.
Just watering and making sure that, like, they have the right nutrients and this and that, and, like, you know, and then that's like the easy part. It's like harvesting is the hard part because, like, once everything's ready to go, it's like, okay, I hope I don't pull these flowers too early. I hope I don't pull them too late because that could really affect the plant. And then you get like a little seeing eyeglass to make sure that the crystals are like not clear, and it's just insane.
Like a fucking pawnbroker.
Yeah, I got like my little
monocle,
little eyeglass thing. Yeah, and then you look, and then like the crystals, like the THC crystals, and you know when you have like a bud and you're just like, oh, okay, look at all these crystals on it, right? Like they're called trichomes. Like if they're clear, they're not ready. If they're milky, like a milky color, then they're getting there, but they have to start turning like an amber color, you know, like kind of a little brown. Then they're ready to go. If you let them go any longer than that, it'll start like affecting the potency of the plant, you know.
And you want it, obviously, the trichromes to be
tried out
as close to amber brown, so it's good stuff.
I tried growing weed so many fucking times.
Me too.
And I guess my mom finally gave up, but I got caught so many times, and I guess like the first thing I think about getting caught with weed plant is coming downstairs, and in the middle of our dinner table was my weed plant, and then her not even mentioning it and just having breakfast, and me and my brother just sat there like pretending that we didn't see the weed plant either. Because we would grow our weed on the roof and shit.
Yeah, and how will that work, Aaron? Growing
on the roof?
Yeah.
I'll just buy like a brick of weed and sell that now.
Yeah, it's I mean, it really depends.
It's a baby. It's a fucking baby.
It's a living organism, exactly, and you have to treat it as such. And if it gets too hot, or if it has too much water, or, you know, all that shit. And I mean, you can do outdoor, you can do indoor, you know, and indoor is like you're having to control the environment, so that's a whole other fucking animal in itself. And, you know, then you got to make sure, okay, it's like you got to make sure it's getting fresh air, so you're having to bring air in, you know, and blow the stale air out of the room. So it's not like you can just throw a plant in the closet and let it grow with the right lights. It's got to have like fresh air.
Well, you were probably good at bringing the air in,
dick,
because it's your name.
Oof. Hold on, Aaron. We're gonna add you to a call. We got another call here. I don't know how to do this. Hold on. Let's see. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the show. Give us 1 minute, okay?
Hello. Is this the podcast? Hello.
Hello. Yes, you're on the podcast.
Aaron, are you there?
Hello.
I think we merged calls, maybe. Oh,
awesome.
Look at this.
It's a merger.
I'm here.
Who is this calling?
This is Debo, sir.
Oh, Debo. How's it going?
Yes. Hello, sir. How are you? How are you tonight, there?
Wonderful. You sound like...
Wonderful. That's spectacular.
You sound like you're sick.
I sound like I'm sick. No,
6.
Well, maybe. I'm a little bit under the old Merryweather.
Oh, poor thing.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
thanks for calling. Go for it.
No problem. So, what's the subject line or something?
No, well, we were just talking. Yeah, well,
just talking a little bit.
Tyler had a marijuana experience recently that wasn't too well. Do you smoke pot?
Well, I just finished, so of course.
Oh, maybe that's why you sound so fucking weird.
It could be, but it also I do have a little bit of an English accent going on at the moment.
I love it, man. It's really beautiful.
Are you like out in public or what are you doing?
Well, I just recently walked right back in the door from walking my little puppy.
We appreciate you calling in. Did you have a question for me or Jesse or actually Aaron's on the phone? He has his own show, his own radio show. Do you have a question?
Do I have a question? Let's see.
He's in New Mexico.
What was that?
I do have a question. In the what was the name of that? McKinley High, was it?
Yeah, McKinley High.
Yes, McKinley High. Yes, your scenes that were in McKinley High, yours and Jesse's, was that real or was it acting?
It was real.
It was real.
It
felt real.
It's a reality show.
It felt so real. I mean, I felt the thrust through the screen when I was watching it on YouTube.
It's really an expose on like high school. Have you been?
Harvey Dent. Is that what you said?
Harvey Bent.
Listen, he said, "Have you been to high school, dude?" Just because you talk funny, does that mean you can't hear correctly too? Like, what's your problem, man?
Hey!
You're gonna call no. Listen, you're gonna call on the show. You got to be prepared.
Have a fucking topic, mate.
Yeah, mate.
What the fuck?
I thought you had success already.
The previous caller fucking was like nice enough to say, "Hey, how are you?" You just come on here being fucking hostile and shit, walking your dog and shit.
Yeah. Why don't you call us when you're done doing your chores and shit?
I am.
Ask your mom if you can be on the radio show before your chores are done. Your chores are done. Excuse me.
I do not have chores. I was walking my doggy, and I have finished.
What a dick.
You know what code word for walking your dog is, right?
This is preposterous.
Anal.
This is definitely preposterous. Yeah?
What is it?
Yeah, code word for walking your dog is you're actually meeting an elderly gentleman at the local
at a glory hole,
the local fast food restaurant, and basically what it is you're both in a bathroom stall, and one guy puts his foot underneath, and the other guy puts his foot underneath, and 2 taps for anal, 3 taps for head.
What's one?
So you enjoy walking your dog, sir?
I was walking an actual dog. Actual dog.
Figuratively or unfiguratively, we're not talking about walking dogs. This isn't the fucking walking the dog show.
So, Debo, thanks for calling. Yeah, that was. Thank you.
Yes, indeed.
It was very interesting.
Hi, sexy lady. I bid thee adieu.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Huh?
I love you. Bye.
Yeah, sorry about that, Aaron. I don't know what the fuck that guy was talking about. You have problems like this on your show?
Why are you apologizing to Aaron? Like, fucking, he's the only person that exists.
He's our guest.
I don't even know why I fucking merged the calls.
It was nice.
He's part of the show now.
Well,
if you guys are interested, Aaron also has a really good recipe for a chicken broccoli casserole.
Yeah, it does. It gives fucking Betty Crocker a run for her money. Hey, Aaron, thanks for calling, man. I gotta pee now.
Good night.
Hey, do you want to plug your show one more time?
No, basically, you can find us at the Intestinal Fortitude Radio Network.
No.
That's what you can. What?
Go ahead.
No. You can look us up through the Intestinal Fortitude Radio Network on like iTunes or wherever you listen to your podcast from. And there's many shows on the Intestinal Fortitude Radio Network. Look for us on theintestinalfortitude.com, and always watch my web show last Saturday of every month, Android Vision, where Vanessa and I host horror movies.
Awesome.
Can we be on the Intestinal Fortitude?
Well, it's on a hiatus.
The
right now.
radio.
The radio.
No, like, you mean the radio network?
Yeah.
Like upload your podcast through our radio network?
Yeah.
Let me talk to the proper parties and hit me up on the messenger, man. We'll get this done.
All right, man. Thanks for joining us. You fucking.
You're the best, Aaron.
Yep. You saved
We
our
love you.
calling.
We
So
love
we
you.
only had 2 callers, some British freak and you. So thank God for you. Happy Thanksgiving.
I love you guys.
Love you too, man.
Good night.
Talk to you soon. Good night.
That was our first attempt. We have no idea why we're even taking callers right now. It doesn't make any sense, but
Pre-recorded tape calls is what entertainment is all about, and if you don't believe me, you must be on fucking moon rocks, buddy.
yeah. So I guess that's why we did it. I don't know what that accomplished, but I like it.
It's accomplished the schmoozing factor of the show.
You're goddamn right.
We're just here to schmooze.
Time flew because we were going to do prank calls and we're going to do some audio sketch comedy and all this other shit, but we just ran out of time.
We ran out of time.
But I do want to, because, people like consistency and all that shit. I think we should have an ending segment where we take turns and we both say, what one thing to you is overrated right now?
Well, do you want to... I was thinking,
ever.
why don't we keep it topical and say what we think is overrated about Thanksgiving?
All right, go.
All right. This might be unpopular, but fuck it. It's our show.
Goddamn right.
The thing I think's most overrated about Thanksgiving is family.
Yeah, that's fucking... I hope your dad or mom never listens to this show. Your mom might.
Well, I love seeing the family and everything, but it can be overrated, right? I mean, you were saying you have a huge fucking Thanksgiving with a bunch of people you don't even know over.
I know, I kind of like opted out of that shit because when you said it, I was like, damn, that's fucked up. When I say it, it's like,
nice.
That's all right.
Well, I've had, you realize your family, and there's, families don't always get along. And especially on times like Thanksgiving where people should get along. I know in my family it's usually a shit fucking show. But this Thanksgiving's different. I have a bunch of my family coming down. My siblings are coming down. My niece is coming down. And I'm actually really excited about it. Hopefully everything goes all right.
If you could only see his fingers crossed right behind the table. You know what? You're right. I guess I'll piggyback on that since we're in Thanksgiving. Yes. I wouldn't say family, though. It's who my family invites. It's always fucking awkward. I'm very awkward in social situations.
It's kind of fucked up for me to say that the family part's overrated because that's kind of the most important part.
Apparently. 'Tis the season.
Yeah. Well, let's hope for the best.
So, anywho, this was our first episode, and I'm glad we finally did this right. We've done it once or twice just to see, and I think that we kind of fucking nailed it.
Yeah, me too, man. High five.
Yeah. So make sure that you follow The Real Idiots on Facebook, on Instagram,
and the YouTube,
but mostly the YouTube because that's where all the fucking videos are. And we have a new old video out right now called School Days that we released a couple weeks ago. But it was from 2012, and I just never got around to editing it because that's us. We just move on to the next.
Mm-hmm. But check it out. It's very fucking funny.
Yep.
We kind of went with another school theme.
We like school. I mean, isn't school the most embarrassing where you regress all your fucking human feelings and then later on in life you're like, wow, that was fucked up.
Yeah.
And I got a terrible memory, but I'm starting to get feedback from school friends about crazy fucked up shit I did, and I'm like, wow, I don't remember that, but sounds like something I would do.
I love it.
Are you disappointed in what I just said?
No.
Okay. Me neither. So finally, with every show, we're gonna end the show on a positive quote, hopefully about comedy. And this week's quote of the week is excuse me, maybe you should read it.
All right. This quote's by Art Gilner.
Okay.
And it says, "We're only young once, but with humor, we can be immature forever." Do you think that's true?
I definitely think that's true.
Me too.
That's the biggest reason I do comedy is because being a child was fucking amazing.
Yeah. Look, we still love toys. I love spacemen. I love monsters. I love dinosaurs. I think being a kid and being into the same stuff you still were, it gives you life. I mean, being a grown-up sucks.
It sure does. All right, well, now let's go to the outro song, which is exactly the same as the intro song.
I'm excited still. Thank you guys so much for tuning into our first podcast.
We love you.
Thanks for listening to our random show. You could have been doing something totally different, but you chose to give us a shot. Schmoozing with our guests and some current events. We will review film and TV, music and comedy, and everything in between. Fuck! That didn't really work out. Alright.